This is why I tell people all the time, we are independent Baptists. I've been around independent Baptists for over 20 years. But I want my people, and when I say my people, I mean the people at the church that God has commissioned me to pastor. I want them to experience the power of fundamentalism. Mm-hmm. I was blessed the years that I was in training to sit under men like Jack Hyles in person on more than one occasion. Sat under a revival under Dr. Curtis Hudson for a week and heard him preach, other times preach on the same platform with him back in the early 1990s. Heard Ron Comfort preach in person, Dolphus Price preach in person, Dr. Lee Robinson preach in person. All the great icons of the faith of yesteryear. And those men, while they were not right about everything, they had the power of God upon them.
Yep, you're right.
So I want my people to experience the power of fundamentalism, but I don't have any tolerance for the politics of fundamentalism.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear that this person, he has some sort of a program that this other one doesn't agree with, so therefore you should not fellowship with him because so-and-so, who is the leader of this camp, does not fellowship with him. Excuse me, I will choose my own friends.
Amen.
I will decide who I want to fellowship with. I will decide who my leader is going to be, not the fellowship, not the camp. And so this is something that I believe that we as pastors, we can help our people with. Let's get the power back behind the pulpit.
Amen. Right.
No matter what's going on in the church, every Sunday morning, I pray, Lord, I need your power to deliver your message today.
Yes, sir.
And you know what? He has never failed in 22 and a half years to encourage me when I pray like that. Because even though there will be somebody in the church that is discouraged and their discouragement is going through the body and is making others discouraged, when I pray and I seek God for his unction, for his power, good things happen. Somebody gets saved. Somebody comes to get baptized. The altar is flooded. I got people at my altar every single Sunday morning. And I'm not bragging, but I'm telling you that there's power in the Word of God. There's power in prayer. There's power in seeking God. And if you don't have that, you're opening yourself up to an assault. Mm-hmm. Assault. I'll tell you another reason why the devil wants to come against you. When you say you're going to reach the Africans right here in the United States of America with fundamental doctrine. When you said that, and then you determined to act upon it, Satan became raging mad because he had had these people bound for over 300 years because the first Africans came to these shores in the 17th century, and it wasn't until the late 20th century that black fundamental churches began to pop up all over America. Before that, we had a few here and there, but it wasn't until recently that many of us decided we're going to step out and do something to reach the Africans right here in the United States. And when we said that, people who have been bound for over 300 years in superstition and in segregation and in stupidity, and you said you're going to reach them with the gospel, you're planning to do what? Satan said, I want to sift them as wheat.
Yeah.
I don't want that to go on. I want to grind them down like cornmeal. Take them into my hand and just gather them. I'm going to see how far this is going to come. Especially when many of us set out with so much rashness, arrogance, swagger. Yeah, I'm the man. I got my degree in theology. Everybody can stand, even Satan can stand against me. Oh yes. You get behind the pulpit and you thought everybody would love you. Then the devil raised up all these terror ministries all around you.
right.
to deceive your people.
Yes.
Who do you think allowed him to do that? God did.
Oh, yeah.
To try to help you.
Yes.
Don't you see it? Satan says, I want to sift them. God said, I'm going to give you some leeway to do some things because he needs some help in some areas that are blind to him or her. Amen, preacher! That's all right. I know this is unorthodox, but it's still true.
Yes.
I want to sift them. When you said, I am going to go and preach the whole counsel of God, Genesis to Revelation, I'm going to rightly divide the word of truth. I'm going to be doctrinally and theologically correct. I'm going to make sure I'm not a hyper-Calvinist. I'm going to have my dispensation just right. I'm going to have all the covenants just right. I'm going to divide the law from grace. I'm going to just do everything right. I'm going to dot my I's and cross my T's. When you said, that's what I'm going to do, he said, I want to just rip it to pieces.
Yeah.
He became as mad as a pit bull on a jalapeno diet. You made that statement, right? Satan also knows that the human heart is deceitful and desperately wicked.
Yes.
Even the hearts of pastors. There I said it again. Strengthening the brethren. As a matter of fact, I don't trust any of you. I did not say I don't love you. This been recorded? I did not say I don't love you, but I don't trust any. Because I know what kind of heart we have.
Amen.
Why do you think you having all those problems? Because Shayla said, I want to sift him. And God says, you know what? I kind of partially agree with you. We see that men that we once thought were solid, Christ-honoring men have fallen, have fallen, have fallen.
Yes.
Satan knew that Peter would fall. And Jesus knew that too.
That's right.
Before the rooster gives his sermon, you will have denied me 3 times. Peter was the first apostle that had an invitation given to him by a fowl. Some of you will get that out. It was a foul message. So all of these things are transpiring in the spiritual realm as you're there telling God all the things you want to do for him and how you want to stand and how you're going to be the perfect example and how you're going to divide the word of truth and you're going to walk in the spirit and how you're not going to let other preacher down across town and how you're not going to cheat on your wife and how you're going to read your Bible every day and how you're going to visit people in the hospital and how you're going to do that. And Satan says, I'm going, and that's the type of person I want. And so now we get to Jesus' prayer request. We already heard Satan's prayer request. Now look at Jesus' prayer request.
Yes.
But I have prayed for thee.
Amen.
Aren't you glad that God does not honor Satan's prayer request?
Amen.
Jesus Christ.
He just gives Satan enough leash to hang himself.
That's it.
It's like you're walking through your neighborhood and you have this Doberman on a leash. And he has just enough leash to where his fan can stick on the sidewalk. And you don't know if you walk on that sidewalk too close, if he might just be able, just enough leash to kind of grab your calf and nip at your calf. But you start walking out there and he comes, you jump back. You start running again, and then finally you get up enough courage and you just kind of slip by him. You keep on walking. Jesus said, I have prayed for thee. The word thee, in the King James Bible, second person, singular.
All right.
Satan wants to have all of us, but I prayed for thee, for you in particular.
All right.
I prayed for you, Brother Crawford. I prayed for you, Brother Cunningham. I prayed for you, Brother Jeter. I prayed for you, Brother Mitchell. I prayed for you, Brother Johnson. I prayed for you, Brother Paget. I prayed for you, Brother Carter. I prayed for you, Pastor John Pierre Ellie. I prayed for you in particular because you specifically need this prayer.
Yes.
I pray for you in particular by name, by DNA signature, by unique spiritual characteristic, with all of your flaws, all of your frivolities, and all of your foolishness, that you will not fail.
Yeah. Amen.
Because you're going to fail 1, 2, 3 times. But when you get your heart right, that's what the term converted there. When you get your heart right, after you are falling flat on your face 1, 2, 3 times, denied your Lord, gone back on your vows, gone back on your commitment, when you wanted to throw in the towel, when you quit in your heart, when you failed God in the pulpit, when you failed God to win souls, when you failed God to pray, he said, when you get your heart right, go back and strengthen the brethren. Go back and preach to them. Go back and teach them precepts. Go back and encourage them when they fall. Show them that grace, the eternal law, is greater than the Mosaic law. Write to them. That's why you are writing books and writing pamphlets, because all the apostles and disciples had a writing ministry. Build something great for me. When you get your heart right, live in fellowship with me and die in fellowship with me.
Amen.
After you learn to stand, learn to walk where Jesus stands. You see, Peter's problem started when, in his heart, he disagreed with Jesus. Jesus said, I'm going to the cross. Peter said, no, you're not. That's when his problem started. When Satan heard it, he said, oh, really? Then he is not as committed as he makes people believe he is. I want to have him. And he fell. But Jesus prayed that he would not be scattered. And he's praying for us to not be ever living to make intercession. And I want to challenge you, man. Pray for each other.
Yes.
And pray for God's power in your ministry. And God richly bless you the rest of this year.
Amen.